Okay, round two of trying to make this bread. I tried to make it earlier and then realized I was out of this. My King Arthur unbleached bread flour that I use. So I just did a Target pickup order on the way home from dropping Joel off at school. Okay, so it says in a large bowl, so I'm gonna do 2 loaves of the sourdough sandwich bread. This is my kid's favorite bread and my dad's. So, yes, look how good and bubbly that looks. Perfection. Okay, so, oh, it smells so good too. It smells ready. In a large bowl, mix your fed sourdough starter, water, flour, oil, honey, and salt. So I've got all the ingredients here. I use the Redmond's Real Salt, just some organic honey. I have warm water in my tea kettle. And we have our sourdough starter. So water, it says 650 grams. So I've got my scale. I'm setting this all, I should do it like that. I'm setting this here. I might need more water actually. I need 650 grams. And I've got 650 grams of warm water, 300 grams of sourdough starter. Oh gosh, I want you guys to see how good this looks. Let's see. I'm wearing Eddie's big old jacket. I love when I wear his jacket. Makes me think of him. Okay, and I just need 300 grams of this. Which is a lot, you know? Gosh. I've got to not get rid of all of it. It's about... Okay. There is that. 300 grams of sourdough starter. 50 grams of honey. That honey actually go to the top. I'm gonna do, so I added the water, the sourdough starter, and it's floating, so we're good. Now I'm gonna do 20 grams of salt. There we go, 20 grams of salt. Now I'm going to do 40 grams of oil. It's coming out slow. Okay, so now I'm just going to mix all of this up, and then I'm also going to feed my starter, which I'm glad that didn't call for any more of that because I barely have any left. Mix the wet ingredients up a little bit. I still have to add 1,000 grams of the bread flour. Now I'm just doing 1,000 grams. There, 1,000 grams. Spot on. And now I'll just use this Danish whisk. I'm taking off Eddie's jacket. I do not want to get this on it. Eddie is my stepdad who went to heaven a few years ago. Miss that guy every day. Okay, so now that I'm just gonna work this for a few minutes. And then after I get this all mixed in and incorporated, then we'll just let it rest for 45 minutes. And then after the 45 minutes of resting, that's when we'll start doing the stretch and folds.
All right, I love you.
I love you so much. Did you get the pass out already?
Yeah, thank you.
You're leaving at 9:30?
Okay, I love you.
Okay, I love you so much, baby. Make sure you drink water.
I know I haven't had any yet.
I had an AG one this morning, and then want me to make you one real quick?
No.
And then you want to take these little Groons vitamins Jewel forgot?
Are you finding Charlie outside?
Yeah. I love you.
Throw something together really quick.
What, to eat or what?
To get ready.
Oh, what time? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're leaving soon. Okay, love you.
Love you. Bye.
Okay. Did you need something, my honey?
Yeah.
What, baby?
No, I'll say you both.
You want an acai bowl? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna let this sit for, it's about 5 to 9, so I'm gonna let that sit for 45 minutes and rest. I'll just throw a tea towel on it. And then now I am going to feed my starter. So I think I fed it about, I should have measured it just to see what I do. And then I don't even measure the water, I just eyeball it. Until it's the consistency that I think looks the best. And my dad asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I said I want him to make me, because he's like a master craftsman. What he can do with wood is insane, like insane. So, and the stuff he makes, it's always my favorite. And not just because he's my dad, but literally because he's so stinking good at what he does. But I told him I wanted him to make me some of these for my birthday. And like thin ones, you know, so I can really get in there and scrape the side of the wick jar. Okay, that might be, I can even do a little more water than that. Okay, good to go. I probably added, I don't know, 3/4 of a cup of flour and water to that starter I had left. Make sure it has enough that it can actually, enough to feed it, you know? And then I'll put this little Post-it right where, just the way I do it, and then so I can see how much it rises. Everybody does usually does like a rubber band, but I just have Post-it in my drawer, so why not? And then it's so cold here right now. It's like exceptionally cold, but I put that in the windowsill so maybe you can get a little bit of warmth. If not, you can always put it in the oven with the oven light on. Just make sure you don't turn it on. Okay, so The, oh, sorry. The sandwich bread is mixed and just resting in here for 45 minutes. And then after that, after the 45 minutes, every 30 minutes, I'll do 4 series of the stretch and fold. And I'm so glad I'm making this because we need bread and this is everybody's favorite. 2 of the whiter ones and then 1 smaller one. So it'll get even a little bit higher. Okay, so there we go. And then I'll just use these 3 and oil them up. Just put a little bit of oil in there, rub it around. And then that will be that. So the cacao nibs I top his acai bowls with, it's the energy, magnesium, flavonoids, but it's cacao nibs and they're fermented and organic. So good for his little body. Okay. And then just these organic unsweetened coconut flakes. Love you, baby. Did you get something on the couch?
No, it's on the floor.
When did you get on the floor?
A little bit of ketchup.
A little bit of ketchup? So, let's see, where is that camera at? Let's see. Look at that. So he's got all the good stuff in there and just topped it with cacao nibs and coconut flakes. Okay, love bug. I don't really want this on the couch though, okay? Because if that acai gets on that white couch, it's gonna stain. Love you. I'm just going to
I'm gonna leave Ellie's flowers here. She'll come here.
Oh, those are so pretty.
Iris.
Gosh, Dad, those
Why
are
don't you just
pretty.
stick them all together in your bowl and then tell her to take some out later.
Okay, I will. Thanks, Papa.
These are for Ellie too.
Oh, she's gonna be happy. She loves those.
I always try to get her something.
She'll love it, Pa. You're welcome, baby. So I'm just doing a scoop of that
Close
protein
your
powder.
eyes.
Oh, you got a present?
Thanks, Pa.
I got 2 of them.
Thank you.
I'll save one for Juju Bean.
You're so good.
Yeah, you love those, huh, dude? That'll keep you hydrated. All right, thanks, Daddy.
I'm not done yet.
Oh, whoa.
I just get off there at that.
Those are so good. That's everybody's favorite. Thanks, Papa.
Yep, I'm not done yet.
Okay, it's so cute. So my dad and I are next door neighbors, and if ever he goes to the store, he gets us little treats, and then whenever I go to the store, I get him a ton of stuff too, so it's cute. But let's see. There's a little mini haul from Pa. 2 things of flowers. He gets one for my house and one for Ellie's house. So he said he got us irises this time. He got these for Ellie. 2 things of freeze-dried mangoes because she loves these. And then he gets these for Joel and Alex. They love them. And then he got each of them one of these. Alex is already drinking his. And then everybody loves these little mini carrot cakes. No joking, Joel can eat like 3 of these. That's like a joke. We have to hide them because they disappear really quick in this house. And he said he's not done yet, so we'll see what else he brings in. So cute. Okay, so now Alex is eating his acai bowl. I added protein to mine. Dad, you don't want a little bit of this protein shake?
So, half of one.
Here.
Here's some of these things.
Oh, thanks, Daddy.
That's a big one.
That's all right. It's good for you. And then he just got me 2 things of organic cucumbers they needed. I love these for just dipping into stuff. And they have that bitchin' sauce, so. How is it?
It's good. Are we on? Are we
Yeah.
rolling?
Yeah, and you guys, my dad still hasn't even looked at my YouTube channel yet, so thanks for the support, Paul. No, I'm kidding.
No, you got my support. You know that.
I know, I'm just teasing, Paul.
You put spinach in there?
Ha! You didn't even know it, huh, dude? Good for your little body.
Hey, Alex, you got.
Okay, it is 9:40, so it is time to start the stretch and fold. I'm going to do 4 series of stretch and folds, 30 minutes apart. This just finished resting for 45 minutes. So it It does look like it's grown a bit. I'll take off my Oura ring. I just washed my hands. So I'm not gonna take it out of the bowl. I'm just gonna stretch and fold. So that was like one go around. I did all 4 sides. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm just gonna cover it up for 30 minutes. There it is. Stretch and fold. Just pick up one end and kind of flop it over. Perfect. And I don't think I'm good. Yeah, that was all 4 sides, and now it's like tight. So there we go. Leave her again for another 30 minutes. Hey friends, okay, so it is the next morning, and I just went downstairs and pulled the dough that I had resting overnight. The recipe says you can let it do kind of a bulk ferment in the fridge for 10 to 12 hours or overnight. I let it sit on the counter for like an hour and a half longer than I normally would have, just because it got a little bit chaotic yesterday with bringing Belle home from getting spayed. But I put it in the fridge around 6 o'clock last night and just pulled it out, and it is like 20 to 9. So it was in there for close to 15 hours. And then this is what it looks like. Now it says to, looks like a little bit of a crust formed on the top, but I did have it covered. Now it says to let it sit on the counter for an hour before I weigh it out into 3 equal loaf pans. So this has been sitting on the counter for an hour, letting it come to room temperature. Looks like that. Now I am going to weigh it. So I'm going to pull it out of the bowl, and then so I can get a weight and see how much it all weighs. I'm going to sprinkle. I'm going to put this down so we can see what I'm doing. I've got clean counters, and then I'm just going to dust a little bit of flour on there. And this should come out. I want to get it out because I'm gonna clear out my scale and see how much. Okay, so that's to 0. Now I'll dump this back in. So this is 1,995 grams. Divide that by 3, that's going to be 665 grams per loaf. So I am going to flop this back out and try to weigh 665 grams. Let's just see. It's 576, so that's 660. That's good for us. Now, I need to oil my loaf pan, so I'm just going to use this 100% pure avocado oil spray. Okay, so just sprayed it, but it came out kind of not that evenly. So now I'm just taking a paper towel and getting it along the sides. Okay, so I've got my 3 bread loaf pans. Oiling them. Got this measured out. This is 600 and this was 660. Shape each down. There we go. Dust it with a little bit of flour. All right, 1 down. Now this should just cut this down the middle. Let's see how close we get on this one. $5.80 again. 668. So now this one actually looks like it's shaped better already. Perfect. And this last guy. Just kind of shaping it. And I'm just doing like a rough shape because it's going to go back into the pan and right here. Perfect. And then it says to let these sit on the counter for 2 to 3 hours. So now I'm just going to cover the loaf pans with a damp towel again and then let them do a long rise. And a long rise is a key to it being like soft and fluffy. So I'm going to do it for, what time is it right now? It's 10 o'clock. I'm probably going to let it rise. It's actually still freezing in my house, it feels. So I'm probably going to let it rise until I get back from picking the kids up from school. So I'm probably going to let it rise until 2:30. So, okay, so I've got all 3 bread loaves over here. I just got my towel damp and I'm going to cover this. Hey guys, okay, so I have been letting these 3 bread loaves do a final rise on my counter since about, what, 10 o'clock? I was going to throw them in before I picked my kids up from school, but I was like, you know what, an extra hour will do them good. They look beautiful. They filled out the pan perfectly, which is exactly what we wanted to happen. Look perfect. I need to score them. It's going to be very soft since it's been sitting out on my counter for hours doing its final rise. So it's going to be kind of hard to score. So you have to kind of pinch it with your fingers. I'll show you guys. There's little Belle. She got spayed yesterday, so she's in her little cheetah print surgery suit. Okay, so you just want to kind of pinch it so it's a little bit taut and then just kind of drag. But it's actually pretty hard to get in when it's been resting. Definitely not as easy like as if it was fresh out of the fridge. So just try to kind of pull it a little bit taut and score it. And it kind of feels like you have to more like cut into it, you know?
Or do we have dance?
Yeah, we have to leave. Oh gosh, you're right. Okay, I'll have to have the boys take this out. Jill just reminded me that she has dance and we have to leave shortly, so. Okay, this one, just did 3 little slits. Got this preheated to 400. You wanna pop them all in the middle rack. And actually, Jill will have time because this has just gotta cook for 20 minutes. Kitchen timer, 20. So I've got those. I just popped those in the oven. The oven is preheated to 400 degrees. I'm gonna cook them in there for 20 minutes. Then I'm gonna pull them out, butter the top of them, then cover, make like a little tin foil tent so it's not touching my bread. and make like a dome, and then that'll keep it from getting burnt, because then after I butter it, I cook it for an additional 10 minutes and still at 400, just covered with the foil. Okay, so these 3 loaves have been in the oven at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. And popping them out. And now I am going to put some Kerrygold butter here. Just run my butter along the top so it can melt on it. Okay. Beautiful. Smells so yummy. Ah, okay. There is that. Got a good little brushing of butter on there. Turn that kitchen timer off, and then it says to cover with foil. And I just do like a little tent kinda. Just so the top doesn't burn. It needs 10 more minutes of cooking time. And we're good to go. And that is perfect because I literally have to leave in 10 minutes. So timing is impeccable. 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna cook for an additional 10 minutes, and the oven is still at 400, and then it's done. And I'll just pull them out and let them cool on the counter. And the girl that I got the recipe from said to let the bread cool completely before slicing it, but I've actually sliced it warm and thoroughly enjoyed it. Hey guys, okay, I had to leave yesterday before we were able to take the bread out of the oven, and then when I got back I had to make dinner and all the mom things, but this is how it turned out. Beautiful. So here's like the little mini one. This is my favorite sandwich bread ever. This is probably my favorite sourdough bread recipe, period. It is so yummy. I made 3 loaves yesterday. This is all we have left, 1.5. So this will last probably 2 days in this house. Because we'll have lots of avocado toast and all the good things, but turned out super yummy. So you guys have got to give this recipe a try.